Hi, I'm Nancy O'Neill. Today on Suncoast FYI, we talk to President and CEO John Giglio of Freedom Boat Club, Nalani Simpson with the Humane Society of Sarasota County, General Manager Ira Smith of Marina Jack, and co-chair Sarah Catell of the Holiday Boat Parade of Lights, co-artistic director Brendan Ragan from the Urbanite Theater, and founder, owner, and producer Adrien Lucas of Atomic Holiday Bazaar. All next on Suncoast FYI. Our first guest this week is President and CEO John Giglio of the Freedom Boat Club. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too, Nancy. Thank you very much for having us.
You're all over, everywhere I go, I see you. Well, not you, but the boats, Freedom Boat Club. Yes. So it was founded in 1989.
Correct.
With one boat and one location. Correct. And now you've expanded. So can you tell us a little bit how you came into the picture and what's happened since you've taken over?
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. So Freedom Boat Club was founded in Sarasota in 1989. We started down the Boatyard Villages, and we've grown significantly since '89. I began working for Freedom Boat Club in 2004 as the operations manager, worked my way up a little bit, and had an opportunity to buy the business in 2011. So in 2011, took ownership of it. Since then, we've grown from about 30 locations up to 149 as of today, with more on the horizon.
Okay. And that's all over the United States?
That's correct, yes. Okay. We have locations in 29 different states, 2 locations in Canada presently, and we're actively looking at some additional international expansion options, hopefully in Europe very soon.
We look to hear more about that when you come back and visit us.
Definitely.
So what does the corporate footprint look like here in Sarasota for the Freedom Boat Club?
So we do have 2 different businesses that we run. We have the franchise side of the business, and then we also own and operate 17 locations on the west coast of Florida. We are from Bradenton down to Marco Island. We're in, in this area, we're in Bradenton, Sarasota, Venice, Englewood, and all points south. Within that corporate footprint, we have 450 boats that our members have access to. And it's been a great, thriving business on the west coast of Florida.
It's amazing. What do you attribute this growth to over the past, 4 or 5 years, half a dozen years?
I'll tell you that the whole sharing economy has been instrumental in the growth of our business. With Uber and Airbnb and the consumer in general, they feel like they don't necessarily have to own something. In the recreational marine space, while we're a concept that's 28 years old, we're a concept that's really gotten a lot of recognition lately on the coattails of a lot of these other larger boat sharing groups.
So what are the benefits, would you say, of joining a boat club versus buying or even renting a boat?
The way we look at things from a business standpoint, the recreational marine industry is a huge industry. And the boat club concept provides ease of use, ease of access, fixed cost boating. We do everything for our members. We make sure that the boats are clean, the boats are maintained, they're insured, and our members get to spend a whole bunch of time out on the water enjoying themselves.
Now, how do your members get out there? What kind of training do they have?
We have a spectacular training program, that's unlike anything else in the industry. And before we will allow our members to take a boat out, we want them to go through it's mandatory that they go through our training program.
That's good.
It is. We do it's about a 2-hour classroom portion to a 2-hour classroom session, and then about 2 hours of on-water hands-on training. In addition to that, we offer unlimited training to our members. They don't pay a dime for our training.
So anytime they feel like they need help, they can come see you.
Absolutely.
We're running low on time, but I wanted to ask you about your Diva program for females, because obviously I am interested in that.
Well, we feel as though boating should be for everybody. And while historically it's a male-dominated sport, we focus a lot on our female members, and we provide a entirely female training program. We have female instructors that put the training on, and we want to empower all of our members to be on the water and boat safely.
All right. Any special activities or social events coming up for you?
We offer, we're doing about 100 social events a year. So we have end of the year open houses. Actually, we have open houses at all of our West Coast locations on the last weekend of the month and the middle of the month. So
great. Well, thank you so much for being here. A lot more to find out about you, and our viewers can go to your website, which we'll show them on the air. Great. Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Thank you, Nancy.
Coming up next on Suncoast FYI, we find out what's new at the Humane Society of Sarasota County. Communications Coordinator Nalani Simpson returns this month from the Humane Society of Sarasota County. Welcome back. Boy, it's amazing how quickly the month flies by, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
And you have a lot going on. There's a holiday event coming up at the Humane Society. What's that about, Nalani?
Yes, we have two exciting things I want to share with you today. Our Fur Fun Winter Camp and our Holiday Adoption Promotion.
Okay, and so, tell us about that.
Yes.
About both of them.
Our Fur Fun Winter Camp, it is on January 4th and 5th, and this is for kids age 6 to 11. And they come to HSSC, they do animal-themed crafts, they learn humane education presentations, then the best part, they meet and interact with exotic animals.
Exotic like what?
Yes, we have llamas, chickens, alpacas, bunnies, all sorts of fun things.
So hands-on? They get to hands-on?
Very hands-on. They get to touch, play, interact, learn all about them. So it's really fun, and we encourage everyone to register their kids.
Okay, and what is the other promotion you have coming up?
So we have an adoption promotion. You can see I wore my ugly sweater today.
Oh, it's adorable
sweater. I would argue it is cute because of the kitties.
Yes.
But this month, from December 1st to 31st, if you come into HSSC wearing an ugly sweater, and if you bring an unopened bag of pet food, your adoption fee will be waived.
Wow.
Yes, and this includes all adults and seniors. So puppies and kittens are not included.
Okay.
Though we do encourage you, if you don't have an ugly sweater, still come out, bring a bag of pet food, and your adoption fee will only be $25.
All right. Well, that sounds fair.
Yes.
Enough, I don't think yours is adorable, so it is just adorable.
Yes.
I won't call it ugly, but
the ugly sweater is a good holiday bonus.
Okay. Now, all the food that's collected, will that stay with you, or where will that go?
Yes, so we actually run a pet pantry program, and our pet pantry program is for families or people who have low income requirements and they have a hard time feeding and supplying medical care and everything for their pets.
Sure, so you want them to stay at home with them.
Exactly, and our goal really is to keep the animal in the loving homes that they're currently in. So we provide free pet food to these people who come in every Wednesday. And we say all the time, you know, this bag of pet food can make all the difference of one more toy under the tree and keeping that pet in that loving home. So it really is a great program.
So do you do this year round? It's not just during the holiday season. They can come in every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Pick up food.
Yes, come pick up food, and then yes, we also partner with Meals on Wheels, and we deliver pet food to their clients as well.
Okay, and you know, going a little bit past that, what other things are the Humane Society looking for a holiday wish list for your little furry critters?
So we have something as small as beef and chicken broth for our canine enrichment, and then something as big as a high-capacity janitorial cart, which will help upkeep our maintenance and cleaning for the shelter.
So they can donate money towards that as well.
We ask for either the gift itself, you can just buy it, drop it off, or you can make a secure gift online.
Okay, and how can our viewers go to find out where to do this, dear?
Yes, just go to our website, hssc.org, and you can find all the information on donating, our Fur Fun Winter Camp, our adoption promotion, and all the other fun things that are going on.
Okay, well, wonderful. Always nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Happy holidays with our little furry
Thank you, Nancy. You too.
It's that time of year again. Next, we have the details on this year's Sarasota Holiday Boat Parade. So we'll be right back and tell you more. Now to talk about the upcoming Holiday Boat Parade of Lights is co-chair Sarah Catell and the general manager of Marina Jack, Ira Smith. Welcome both of you to the show.
Thank you.
This is wonderful, the holiday boat parade. We always look forward to that. So when is it this year? What's the date of the parade?
It's going to be on the 9th of December.
9th of December, and obviously Marina Jack's is the best viewing location, but where in specifically is the best viewing area?
Well, the parade's going to start over at New Pass, right there in front of the Salty Dog area, and then it's going to transit the Sarasota Bay over to Centennial Park by the Van Weasel, and then through the Ringling Causeway to Marina Jack.
So there's a lot of great
viewing areas,
spaces along the way, but of course
Marina Jack's probably going to be the best spot to see it.
Absolutely.
Right from the fuel dock, we've got roped off for our the kids of Suncoast Charities, and Santa and Mrs. Claus is going to be there as well.
Wonderful. And we're going to talk a little bit about Suncoast Charities in a minute. One more question though. The entries for the boats, it's grown over the years. How many do you anticipate this year?
I think we're at 17 at the moment. We'd like to get up to be around 25, so we'd like to invite anybody who is interested in participating to come down to Marina Jack, see us at the Dockmaster's office, and you
can give them details there.
Absolutely.
Okay. And Sarah, how is Suncoast Charities involved in this event, and how do they benefit from this event?
Well, Suncoast Charities for Children supports 5 local nonprofit agencies serving clients with special needs here in the local community. And thanks to all the generous sponsors for the event, once the event expenses are covered, any of the remainder funds goes towards the charity, which typically is about $8,000.
Okay. And where do those funds go? What do they actually benefit? How do they benefit the children?
They go towards the agencies. Those five different
agencies, and they disperse them. Where it's needed.
Yep, depending on certain projects that need to be done in different agencies.
All right. So Ira, tell us a little bit about how this has been taking place all of these years and what goes into it.
Well, there's a lot of preparation that goes into actually decorating the boats. A lot of Christmas spirit from everyone.
Okay.
And that's essentially what they're going to be judged on.
All right. So yes, I mean, that's it. They're judged on all of those things. And can you tell us who the judges are, or is that kind of a secret?
The judges that we have this year are Stephen James with X-Bite. We have Ray Dowling with Florida Power and Light, Mayor Freeland Eddy, and Marlon Brown with the City of Sarasota.
Awesome. Now, are you going to be on one of the boats?
Nope, I'll be on the docks with the children.
Okay. Can you tell our viewers where to go to find out more information, like what time should they be there, like one of those locations? What's a good time to come out and get your spot?
Well, the event starts at 6 o'clock. What time they should be at, Marina?
Yeah, you probably want to start getting to your viewing space, wherever that's going to be, pretty early.
Okay, and SNN is going to be taking the parade live, so we'll be on hand for the evening's festivities, as we always are. So be looking for us out there, okay?
Absolutely. Great.
Well, it's great meeting you both. Have a wonderful time. Thank you. Next on Suncoast FYI, find out what shows are playing at the Urbanite Theater. We'll be right back. Our next guest is co-artistic director Brendan Ragan from the Urbanite Theater, here to talk about their current production, Echoes. Welcome to the program.
Hi there. Thanks for having me.
It sounds fascinating. I'm looking forward. Tell us the story about Echoes. It's about 2 women that are kind of running in parallel.
Right. They have parallel lives, but they were born 175 years apart.
Gosh.
So one of them is a Victorian pioneer woman around 1840 who was born in Ipswich, England. The other is a Muslim schoolgirl. She lives more contemporarily, so her story is set in 2015. She was also born in Ipswich, England. They both find their way into the Middle East for completely different reasons, but they have similar journeys. And so this play tells the story back and forth between these two women's stories.
So are they on stage at the same time, and you see the interaction? And
yes, it's a dual monologue play, so we really do cut back and forth between each story just for a few minutes at a time.
Okay.
And then maybe about halfway through you start realizing why they're being told, you know, these two women from very different eras, why these two stories are being told.
Together. Okay. What motivated you to choose this story for Sarasota audiences?
Well, I think it deals with conflict in the Middle East today. But it's coming from a British perspective. So it's a British playwright, like I said, both women born in England. And it's looking at very serious topics like ISIS, for example. And Tilly, the Victorian woman, her story takes place right around the time of the Anglo-Afghan wars. And again, important subject matter, good conversation starters, but it's not coming with the tenseness of an American perspective, because I think, you know, it can be a hot button issue, the Middle East here. So it lets us take a step back and review these things without getting too emotional about it right off the bat. So it's an important historical piece and a moving story.
Okay. Sounds like it. The actors now, there's two main characters.
Yeah.
Where are they from, Brendan?
Our two actors are from New York City. We do our best to bring in talent from all over the country. Really at Urbanite, because it's such a small space, our secret sauce, so to speak, is the best actors that we can find. So we search all over the country to find these talented women for the show. And these two, Mari and Kate, happen to come from New York City. So it's a real treat for Sarasota audiences.
Okay. Now, how does this particular performance fit in with the rest of the performances that you're going to be having for the season?
Oh, that's a great question. So we picked a season of plays this year that all share a theme, which we like to call unlikely duos, meaning two people that are either have similar stories or get stuck in a place and are forced to deal with each other, and they're coming from different walks of life or whatever. So we've got a couple more plays in the season that all play on that theme. This one, it's slightly different just because these two women don't ever actually share the same realistic space together. But like I said, about halfway through the story, once you start to see where these two stories intersect, you see why we've put them on stage together.
And how does this play differ from some of the other plays that you're going to have, as far as, is there audience participation, interaction? How does this differ?
Yeah, there's not.
Or how is it the same?
Yeah, there's not audience participation like you might think for, say, an improv show or something like that. And in fact, there's no real call for the audience to respond in any way vocally. But like I said, it is this dual monologue play. So there's no dialogue. It's just first-person storytelling, and these actors turn into storytellers with an audience, and you sort of become their scene partner because they're always direct addressing you as an audience member. So you feel like a part of their world in a way that you don't when maybe it's like fourth wall realism, where the characters are talking to each other and kind of ignoring that you're there. Both of these actors are acknowledging the audience, so it's a more intimate experience, I think.
Wonderful. And when does the show take place? I mean, it opens up.
Yes, we are open, and we are running until December 17th, and we are Wednesday through Sunday, 8 o'clock every night, and we also have matinees on Sundays at 2 o'clock.
Great. Thanks so much for being here. I look forward to seeing the program.
Thank you.
Coming up next on Suncoast FYI, the Atomic Holiday Bazaar. Our last guest this week is founder, owner, and producer Adrien Lucas, and she's here to talk about the upcoming Atomic Holiday Bazaar. 12 years, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It's exciting.
I know, and it gets bigger and
it's still fresh.
Bigger. Yes.
Still relevant, as we like to say.
You keep it that way.
Thank you.
I mean, you are hands-on, and you make it exciting every year.
I appreciate that. It's still fresh and fun for me. It really is.
Good. Now, I don't know how, but there are always new people coming into the area that don't know about the Atomic Bazaar. Can you give us an overview so that we get everybody up to speed, please?
Okay, well, very quickly, Atomic is an indie craft show. So when I use the word indie, it's 21st century craft, so we base it upon what our grandmothers or mothers or our fathers may have taught us, but it has a new perspective. That's really what it's all about.
It's fresh, like you said. Yes. It's some of it is cutting edge. It's not like anything you're going to see anywhere at any other craft or art show you've been to.
That's true.
Right. Okay.
Thank you.
Tell us what you have planned for this weekend.
Okay, well, I'm excited because when this started, it was just a one-day event, and then we grew to the Bayfront Room. Then it grew to the street fair 3 years ago, which is really exciting, and I love that. But what is also nice is that the Art Center next door is having their Art in the Garden event that runs the same hours. The History Center, which is next door, the Chidsney building, which is very difficult to say, they opened up last year, so they'll be open on Saturday, again this year just for one day. Now, the Sarasota Garden Club is going to be open selling plants both days, same hours. So for me, like, I have goosebumps. The thought of that entire row being open for the weekend, I'm getting like fur-clubbed. It's so exciting to me because I've always like wanted that to happen. And it's happening.
It's great.
I know.
It's because of you, yes.
Well, it's because of a lot of us, but it's super cool.
It's your baby.
Thanks.
So tell us about some of the little critters, babies that you have here that are available at the Atomic Bazaar.
These are some of my favorites. This is from my personal Atomic collection. Exactly. This was given to me last year by Sarah Lee of Stitch of Whimsy, and this is an homage to David Bowie. It's Ziggy Deer Dust. Sorry, I said that incorrectly.
It's okay.
And well, there you go. So this is actually David Bowie as a faux taxidermy. This is a new vendor who I think these are just delicious little earrings, and she is going to be in the street fair and called Sugar Sand Silver. I was quite taken by these. I'm going to buy them. Lola Blue, you are very familiar with. These, I think, are wonderful. They are travel-sized versions of her body products. So we have her peppermint bark, which is, I know, I totally agree. Every year she sends swag for the tote bags. So the minute that the swag arrives for the inserts that I put into the totes, I know it's Atomic season because my house smells like Lola Blue. So yeah, it's just, it's like a holiday tradition.
Tote bags, you have to be one of the first 100 people there to get a tote bag. You
do.
Okay.
The opening of Saturday and Sunday at noon. The first 100 people through the door will receive a free tote that features this year's sock monkey artwork by G Art Graham Smith, who will also be in the show. They are filled with coupons, really delicious swag. There is going to be a very special brooch in that is made by Carrie from Cab Fair. She makes one every year. It is a collectible. This one is super special.
Okay. Now, we've got a lot here to talk about. We're just going to show it as we go. But people on budgets, I mean, are these all for higher end? Can anybody buy anything?
There's a range, absolutely. I think the nice thing about Atomic is if you even can't afford to get into the show, there are parts of the show, the Bayfront Room and the Street Fair, that are free, as are the other groups that are participating. Those are all free to enter as well.
So there is a fee.
There is a fee to get into the main auditorium. It's $5 for adults.
But it's well worth it.
It's totally worth it. It really is. I would say that yeah, it's completely worth it.
Okay. Okay, have to go. If you haven't been, you have to go this year.
You do.
Okay.
I hope so.
Thank you, dear. Nice seeing you.
Thank you. Thanks, Nancy.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Suncoast FYI. We will return after a short break. Coming up this weekend on the Suncoast, there will be a 2017 pet walk benefiting homeless animals on Saturday, December 9th at the Centennial Park in Venice. On December 9th and 16th, kids can see Santa in downtown Sarasota, starting at the Selby 5 Points Park. Santa will appear in different downtown shops between 1 and 4 p.m. And mark your calendars for the Atomic Holiday Bazaar Season 12, which will take place December 9th and 10th at the Sarasota Municipal Auditorium. If you would like to promote your community event on Suncoast FYI, we would love to hear from you. Just call us at 941-361-4639. To view previous episodes, go to snntv.com under Programming. I'm Nancy O'Neill, and we'll see you next Friday on Suncoast FYI.